This is KGW News at Sunrise.
One of the problems is if they just reduce the speed limit, that's great. But if there's no one to enforce it, no one pays attention.
Fair point, but it's a step in the right direction. More on the new safety measures just installed on one of Portland's most dangerous roads.
And all evacuation orders for the Nakia Creek fire now lifted. We'll have an update on that fire, plus new information about burglaries and arrests in the evacuation zone.
And in our Sunrise Spotlight, how you can support a local nonprofit dedicated to helping people with breast cancer.
And so to know that I'm not alone and that there's other women who understand exactly, what's going on, I've been very thankful for that.
This young mother not only survived breast cancer, she's thriving. And coming up, she has a special invitation for you. Our conversation at 5:15.
Good morning, good morning. We are finally at Friday. It's so good to be at the end of the week.
Yes.
I have to work tomorrow.
Oh no, Rod. I have to work on Sunday, so. But you have a lot of work to do this morning, a lot to talk about.
This is it. I mean, I think we can say the rainy season begins today. So we need it, yes. Here's a look at this first weather front. This actual front will come into town 4 or 5 o'clock this afternoon. You can see the fetch of moisture with it, though. So that's going to fuel what looks to be mostly steady rain for Portland, anywhere from, say, 2 or 3 this afternoon through about 7 or 8 this evening. That's going to be widespread steady rain. Right now we're dry, and it will stay dry through the morning commute hours. We're at 49 degrees. It's cool outside. So it's a dry start at the bus stop. There are a lot of schools that are out today, so maybe you won't see bus stops in your particular area. Rainy areas at noon, 56, but the widespread rain won't be here until after that. 54 degrees, coming down pretty good, we think, at 3 o'clock this afternoon. Back to you.
Okay, thank you, Rod. In just a few hours, Mayor Ted Wheeler will unveil his plan to ban unsanctioned homeless camps in Portland. Wheeler also reportedly proposing the city build 3 500-person homeless campuses. Though there are still a lot of unanswered questions, including where the campuses will be. We expect to learn more later this morning during a virtual emergency city council meeting scheduled for 10:30.
New safety measures are in place this morning along a dangerous stretch of road in southeast Portland. We're talking about Powell Boulevard near Cleveland High School. In just the last 2 weeks, crashes killed one person and injured a high schooler at 26th and Powell.
Yeah, so people have been pushing for these changes for years, but nothing happened until Wednesday when City Council voted unanimously to make it happen. Daisy Caballero has the story.
Cars will have to slow down from 25 to 20 miles an hour now on both Powell Boulevard and on 26th Avenue in this new school zone. Also approved by City Council, any other schools on state-owned highways like Powell will have to be designated school zones as well.
The assumption under state law is that high school age students are more capable of navigating streets safely.
This change comes days after a Cleveland high school student was hit at 26th and Powell. PBOT spokesperson Dylan Rivera says they are determined to collaborate with ODOT to make roads safer to drive, walk, and bike around.
And we all need to, today, be more mindful and travel more safely, and we can reduce and eventually eliminate all traffic fatalities from our streets.
Powell Boulevard is one of Portland's high crash corridors. Along the entire 7.5-mile stretch, 17 people have died since 2017. And neighbors living off of 26th Avenue are a bit concerned at how drivers will follow these new school zone rules.
I think it's good that they're actually doing something, although I do think more could be done. One of the problems is if they just reduce the speed limit, that's great. But if there's no one to enforce it, no one pays attention.
Christopher Braun has lived off 26th Avenue for the last 7 years and sees cars completely ignore the speed limit. He believes adding more security measures would help drivers enforce the rules.
Maybe cameras on at the intersection up there at Powell would help a lot. It would get people turning right on red. It would get people speeding through on a yellow or pink light.
ODOT just added these striped crosswalks at the intersection of 26th and Powell to make it more visual. PBOT says they are working to add back the green bike lanes and bike boxes to 26th and Powell to make streets safer for cyclists. Daisy Caballero, KGW News.
Here are a couple other headlines this morning, and we start off with a deadly crash at PDX. Portland police say a car rolled off the road, overturned, and crashed into an airfield fence. This happened at 10 o'clock last night on Northeast Marine Drive. Police say the driver died at the scene. No one else was hurt. And Mount Hood Meadows announcing it's going to open for the season on November 25th. That's the day after Thanksgiving. And this weekend, the Cascades will get their first snow of the season. Meadows says it hopes night skiing will start in mid-December. And those are some of your Friday headlines.
The Clark County Sheriff's Office has arrested 2 people for burglarizing a home in the Nakia Creek Fire Evacuation Zone. Someone called 911 after they caught the suspects apparently on surveillance video. Both are now in the Clark County Jail charged with burglary and theft. Some good news though, all evacuation levels have been lifted. Now everyone can return home. So far, the fire has burned just under 1,900 acres. Fire officials say the cooler weather has helped them reach 23% containment.
Really, that's been our main goal since we've gotten here, is to get a line around the fire, to keep it as small as we possibly can, put it out as quickly as we can, protect the natural resources in this area, and then keep the community safe and keep homes where they're at.
Officials say they think people setting off fireworks may have started the fire. They're looking for 2 men and 2 women spotted near a light-colored Subaru that's in the middle of that red circle in this picture. It was taken Sunday, October 9th. That's the day the fire started. Anyone with information should contact the Clark County Sheriff's Office.
Also, we have a traffic alert. We mentioned this yesterday, but it bears repeating. It will affect anyone heading to the Portland airport this weekend. The Max Red Line won't run Saturday or Sunday. You can ride the blue and the green lines to the Gateway Transit Center, and then shuttle buses will take you to PDX. If you're coming in from Beaverton, the blue line will run more frequently to replace that red line service. So again, lots of changes. Make sure to plan ahead.
Okay, this morning we are live at Moda Center. And I'm just hearing that we just lost the shot, but we will be live at Moda Center all this morning. Lots of fun stuff to talk about there.
The Blazers are home tonight,
yes,
taking on the Phoenix Suns, so that's why we're over in Northeast.
Yeah.
You'll get the technology worked out, no problem.
Home opener, right?
Yeah.
We're 1-0.
Yes.
We're tied for first place.
Yeah.
We're in the playoffs.
Come on now, don't jinx
I like
us.
it. All right, let's get you going. Real quick, I do want to update the air quality. Remember yesterday we told you that we thought we'd see some decent improvement, and we did. So the numbers this morning are actually all green. That's all good over Portland, and mostly moderate air quality still over Salem. But with the weather systems coming in and the rain picking up later today, we will continue to see improvement really in all areas. So that is terrific news. And this is going to be enough rain that starts today through midweek of next week to do significant dampening of all the fires still burning in the Pacific Northwest as well. So again, here's that moisture fetch, and basically the front with this comes in about 4 or 5 this afternoon, and this is turns into a steady batch of moisture, kind of comes in and then drops to the south through our area. You're going to see that on the Futurecast movies. So here we go. We're dry out there right now. Again, if you're hitting the roads between now and 9 o'clock, the morning commute hours, up and down I-5, you'll find dry conditions. This does show the first batch of rain starting to hit up around the north coast at that time at 9 this morning. And then at noon, now we're starting to see some rain pick up into the valley. I still think it's a tough call in terms of how much rain we have hitting Salem and Portland at noon, or how much maybe we don't yet. But eventually during the afternoon, by mid-afternoon, here we are at 3 o'clock. This is widespread, steady rain, and indications are the rain's coming down at a pretty good clip. So these yellow areas, that's good, moderate driving rain. Windshield wipers are going pretty good at that time. And it could be like that through at least 7 or maybe even 8 o'clock. At 8 o'clock, Futurecast timing shows this is the front now finally dropping to our south, and we're starting to get some breaks looking up to the north. But there will be more shots of moisture coming in overnight. And then by the time we get to tomorrow morning, see the blue and white tones over the Cascades, that snow level's down to 3,500 or 4,000 feet. Check conditions if you're traveling over the high countries tomorrow. Government camp potentially, depending on what the daytime temp is, could see 3 to 6 inches of sticking snow. And then during the day, again, it's scattered stuff tomorrow with a mix of sunshine and scattered hail showers, I think. Here's the latest. How much could we see? Well, this forecast model says over an inch in Portland and Longview, over an inch in Tillamook and Cannon Beach. So even if you only get a fraction of that, it'll be some good soaking rain. 49 is the early morning number in Portland. Here come our 7-day forecast numbers. Only in the 50s today and tomorrow. Sunday's dry and 60. Another rainy day Monday, dry Tuesday morning. Then good shot of rain Tuesday afternoon into Wednesday. It's here, the rainy season.
No, shout it from the rooftops. Don't get quiet.
It's here, the rainy season!
We have waited so long, Rod. Thank you. Much more to come this morning on Sunrise. Meet a Portland mom who beat breast cancer. Now she's sharing her story and shouting out the nonprofit that was with her every step of the way. How you can help support the cause after the break.